What's up, you guys? Oh, it's Yimbo! What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Yimbo. Welcome back to my channel, Yimbo Reviews Everything, and I am so excited for this evening. This is so cool on this whole toy journey that I and all of us have been on collectively. Tonight, I get to talk to, well, not just me. First of all, let me bring in my man, my fella, two-thirds. This is two-thirds of your Toy Daddies from the Toy Pick community. We are simulcasting this evening. Hello, Chewy. How are you?
What's going on, Mr. Yimbo?
Oh,
happy
man.
Sunday.
I'm happy Sunday. How cool is this? So if you didn't see the promotional stuff or even see the thumbnail today, well, I'm sure you guys have. We get to talk to Shartimus Prime. I hope he doesn't mind my little it was a tribute to his cold opens to his videos. But he is here this evening. So once I see him backstage consume the chair, right now we're looking at a John Cena. So we're gonna bring when he pops in, we're gonna bring him on, talk to him about his toy journey, from becoming, musician to then toy guy, toy reviewer, to now toy maker. Like, this is so cool. And he just materialized. So what do you think, Cheers? Should we just hop right in and get going with it?
Yeah, all right. Absolutely.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on, man?
How's it going? Thanks for the very kind words and the introduction. Sorry, I'm kind of running around. I just came from the pumpkin patch with the kids. So
oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that is amazing. So no, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
Yeah, no, just a little bit late getting the pumpkins, but we got them, 2 days before Halloween, so we're good.
We got the pumpkins yesterday, and we were supposed to do like a kid Halloween parade through the town, but it was downpouring, so we actually, like you, we carved the pumpkins 2 days before Halloween, and when I say they did it for about 10 minutes. Really diligently, and then I finished up everything for another hour.
And then you did all the legwork. Yeah. I think we've traded off doing that ourselves with my wife and I. I think last time it was me doing most of the seeds and stuff. But yeah, I love it. Yeah, the kids have great costumes this year. My youngest is Spider-Gwen. She loves Ghost Spider.
Oh, love it.
She knows her. It's kind of funny because that generational gap. They're 19 months apart, but because of that. Like, my oldest calls her Spider-Gwen and my youngest calls her Ghost Spider because my youngest loves Spidey and his amazing friends. So
it's true. It's whether they saw Into the Spider-Verse first or, well, comics if they're a little bit older, but my daughter is a little bit older, so we saw Into the Spider-Verse, and then Spidey and his amazing friends came out. So we all call her Ghost Spider. Not Ghost Spider, Spider-Gwen instead of Ghost Spider.
Yeah. We use both here because they... I forgot how I got Emma introduced. We have a really cool poster that we have a really cool poster that we picked up. That Pixel Dan guy. All right, no, but we had I was just chatting with him with something. But we had a really really badass poster of Spider-Gwen inside the kids' room that my wife and I picked out that we thought was just really, really awesome. So I remember like teaching her Spider-Gwen, like when she was very, very young. And then I think she saw Into the Spider-Verse too. So yeah.
I have a poster up in my son's room now. I think it started off in my daughter's room of just like chibi characters of all the Marvel people, and Gwen being one of them. It was designed by Matt Kaufmanberg. I don't know. He's the artist that's doing that Wendy's DC Happy Meal figurine designs.
Oh, okay. I have to check those out. I don't think I saw those, or I think I heard something about them, but I haven't seen them. But it's got that. Yeah, I know those chibi designs though. Those cute. Yeah.
Greatest entryway to a child. It's like, hey, I want to talk to you about Spider-Man. How about this cute little one? And then we'll talk about Venom next.
Right. Yeah. No, that stuff is great.
Well, Russ, I mean, like, this is a appropriate talk for this channel, for what we do, for what Chewy and I do with the Toy Pick community as Toy Daddies. You are obviously a Toy Daddy too, so we love hearing these stories. I mean, that's been something that all of us have gravitated on, is like this shared love of not only our own fandom, but then getting to share that with our offspring. And it's just so so cool. It's so awesome.
Yeah, and it's crazy to see what they gravitate towards, which way or another. Also, right? Because like you don't want to like force them to like what you like, but you want to show it to them so that they.
I mean, we've all tried.
Oh, you've tried?
We've all tried. Come on. We have tried a little bit.
Optimus Prime. Love him like I love him.
I try. I've made the joke many times. My kids can name everybody, but when it comes down to it, my son, like, currently back into Pokemon. That's all he cares about. Like, so yeah, all right, Batmobile, Batman, I know. Yeah, but Pokemon.
I think Batman's the least popular in my family. With like for kids, and my son likes him enough, but only in like blips, like it was that Bat car show he just like loved, and then just
Bat away. Wheels.
Yeah,
is that gone?
I assume it's dead.
Oh man, that was a good one. But all right, so Russ, thank you so much. I wanted to bring up and commend you because Chewy and I both do the live streaming thing every week. And we understand, even just for us, like we do it twice a week, the commitment and the energy that it takes. And you, my friend, are on the world tour right now. Right. And it's an impressive feat, like, to be on this side of the camera and doing the whole YouTube thing. Like for you to be out there every single day, it's awesome. It's been amazing. And have you had this is obviously our first time getting to talk to you. How has been your world tour so far? I'll just start with a little softball. How's been? I'm not going to ask you your favorite one. I know, just how has it been going? Getting to talk to, expanding your, universe of the toy community.
Yeah, no, that's thanks again for having me on. By the way, this is awesome, and I really feel like I've been given an awesome, honest chance to like really show people and kind of really get the word out there. Everyone's been really welcoming to me, to come on. I haven't had anybody give me a hard time or anything. Like it's been a really awesome experience. That's being able to to chat with so many people about this. Mm-hmm. But I just feel like there's like an honest, I feel like I've been really given a very honest chance, mm-hmm. And it makes me feel, especially, when, after the pandemic and things could feel like a little bit dark and stuff mm-hmm. like that. It's been like a ray of sunshine, mm-hmm. having this, being able to do this. And it's kind of like, yeah, I know it takes a lot of energy doing a lot of live stream. I'm doing a second one with Geek Dad Life today, by the way. So
there you go. All right. Yeah, I told you I wasn't going to take up your whole night.
yeah. So I'm doing the second one tonight, but it helps energize me. Like the positivity that I've been getting, Now, of course, there's going to be rude comments here and there, but it's nothing compared to what I've been getting with these interactions, like talking to you two right now and going on the various streams. It's just been a fantastic experience. And I feel like I've gotten nothing but like honest questions and, really good questions along the way on every single one. So I nobody's asked me like stupid bonehead questions, like, it's always just been a really honest effort to give me a chance, and I really appreciate that.
Well, hey, if you don't mind, I'm going to start out just with a compliment because when I got back, not to give you the whole backstory, but really, like, you were the first like YouTube toy reviewer that I found, and I can't tell you when I just discovered. Like, I should say rediscovered collecting, like where I'm actually unboxing my figures. Then I fell in love with toy photography. I know like so many of us have a similar story, but you were there. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've, that's why that intro just comes because I would do it while I'm playing and setting up photos and your playlist of just legend reviews on. And I mean, like, you were the first guy that I discovered. And then like, between you, the amazing Robo from Foosh, and Wade Unparalleled, like those are the guys that you guys are the ones I check out. Like I mean, obviously other guys' stuff out there, but I'm just saying, like you inspired me to now be doing what I'm doing. So I just wanted you to.
Happy to be your gateway drug.
Yeah, man.
It's the figures.
But first, it was free.
I blame the figures. If the figures weren't dope, you know what I mean? That's like it wouldn't go anywhere, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, no, but I'm grateful to hear that feedback. Thank you very much. Like, it's not a lot of people get to hear that kind of thing, and it doesn't get old. Like, it's one of the, like, you might think it might, but it really does not, because imagining you know, setting up your figures, and then if you have me playing on the background, like, what are you doing, man? You're having a good time. You're having fun. You're enjoying the hobby. I get to be a part of that. Like, even outside of what I'm doing, I get to be a part of somebody else's joy. That's a privilege. That's a huge privilege. So
yeah, man.
Thanks for sharing that with me. I really do appreciate it. That's
well, that's like when I saw you started, you know, making the rounds, and I was like, oh man, I would love this opportunity. You know, again, just to connect for this first time and get to know you and do what we can to hopefully get some extra backers on here during this stream. So then when you double up, we get some more. We'll get that. I actually have the nano gauntlet. I wasn't going to try to steal your thing.
Oh,
but if we did get some backing while we're live tonight, I can go run over and grab it.
Oh, no, we can both do it. Yeah, I got the Infinity Gauntlet here. I don't know where I put this panel. It's in the garage somewhere. But yeah, I do have the Infinity Gauntlet right here. So if anyone out there does wish to summon the power of the Infinity Stones, oh shoot, I jinxed it. That just
that was just the first. As I said, the first hit's free, people.
Yeah,
first hit's free. That's right. The taste. No, but I agree. You know, we always talk about like what's making us happy, and one of the best things we've seen in the past couple of weeks, you know, it started with Giant Man. Like a lot of people just spreading some good positivity about it, talking that up. Started like a chain, and then all like the last like that closed off, and the next week over. It's your world tour, and like everyone is showing like the best part of this community, the positivity, just trying to support in any way that they can. It's been great to see. It really has.
Awesome. Yeah, it's like from your point of view, it looks like it's been mostly positive and like overwhelmingly positive. And from my point of view, like the kind of negative stuff I've seen there is like really, really, it's a small percentage. So it just makes me really happy to see. And I feel pretty good about covering my bases. Like we've made a couple of changes in the campaign. At first, we did not have alien heads, and people wanted alien heads, and I was like, I felt like, you know, the nerd in high school where the cheerleader smiles at him. I was like, oh, you want my alien heads? I got alien heads. I mean, I can't give you the alien heads. Yes. So I'm down. So I was very flattered by that. That was overwhelmingly positive. And I noticed at PowerCon, I had them on display, and I noticed a lot of people looking at them. I remember Jonathan really complimenting the alien heads, and just thinking like, oh, that's really cool to see. You know, more and more people seem to like that, and I just didn't expect that to be something that a lot of people wanted to have with each figure. So I'm stoked to change that. Happy to be able to work with the factory, and you know, they've been really great and kind of making changes and, you know, these kind of last minute ideas with the heads. And then we've got the black pants and the blue pants options available now. So if you guys want variants, those are available. So I'm super excited about that. That was a criticism I'd gotten from Bobby Valla, and I was like, oh yeah, like, let's see what people have to say about that. So I hosted a poll.
Sure. Yeah.
And overwhelmingly black pants. The blue jeans, khakis, and camos were all about the same, but the black pants, like, bam, that went really far.
I am representative of that camp with the black pants. I don't know why that caught my eye. I was like, oh, black pants. And I could do stuff with this. I don't know why that was the thing. I was just like, oh my God.
I feel like a knucklehead for not really seeing that ahead of time. Because to me, like, from the, you know, guy looking at, you know, pencil and paper and then seeing it in color on the screen and stuff, they all looked just as cool to me. Like, to me, it was like, oh yeah, all for it. Now I only wear black pants. It's kind of funny. So I feel like I feel like I should have made that,
put that together.
I guess. But at the same time, I'm consciously not trying to not make it about me.
Right.
So every time there's like something that's like very, very close to me, like having the black pants, something that's visually outlandishly me, I try to put that a little bit more to the side. So like, you know, another reason why, like, you know, the Latino character isn't the main character. Alago is the main character. You know, I didn't want it to be the Latino one. I didn't want people to make that connection. I mean, if it was a Latino character with the black pants and a leather jacket, I mean, it's like, okay, we get it, Russ. You love yourself so much, you know, that you had to go ahead and make yourself an action figure and try to get everybody else to want to buy it just as much as you want it, right?
Right.
So I really wanted, that's what it would have looked like.
It wouldn't be a lot of, but like you said, it would be that there'd be those few, the few that would be out there thinking that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. A few,
silly.
maybe. Yeah, maybe a few. So I really wanted the main characters to, you know, especially the lead character to be different from me, and at the same time, get a really cool story behind them and everything too. So visually, I wanted there to be, you know, some variety out there for people to look at. You know.
Yeah.
You know. So.
Well, I mean, God, I know you. Like, I know you've been. Again, it's just like that press circuit right now, and you know, like you're hitting a lot of those talking points about the figures. So, like, I've been listening to. Like, I'm gonna be backing you tonight. I was waiting for tonight to be like, I wanted to set that gauntlet off for you. But
thank you. Right on.
These are. I mean, dude, I remember the first, like, again, the first campaign, and now the improve. You know, what you reflected on, you've improved upon and I thought the first one was great. Like, the concept behind these is really awesome, and it is addressing the collection, like the holes in our collection, and really, like, one of the things that, you know, I know you've said it's been mentioned before, but these guys do look like the bad guys you beat up in Spider-Man 2. And right. I mean, like, outside of, like, for toy photography, this is a home run. This is slam dunk. This is like a no-brainer type of deal.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking for even like out-of-box displays, and I'm sure you've covered this too, but like, why wouldn't you want those guys? And I know that on Between Two Sentinels, I was, you know, listening to you guys a second time just to make sure I was trying to hit some different things. But you guys were talking about what is it? Oh shoot, in the suits. Like, I have a gang of suit guys, but like, why? I never take photos of them. Like,
yeah, okay. You have them though.
Yeah, I have a suit army, but why? Like, I don't. I literally
one
don't.
day you compose a wedding toy photography photo. You're set.
Get the wedding brawl. Well, I mean, they'll work with really specific villains. Right. Like, you know, if you want your Martin Lee and Mr. Negative, like that, you know, it could work like that if you have a bunch of the extra. You know, the demons' heads, that could work out. Or you know, I was thinking maybe Hammerhead, but at the same time, I feel like Street Humans work really well with Hammerhead too. So you just have, you know, they fit in. Yeah, I mean, like the suits, that's like very specific, but like with the Street Humans, that could fit in a whole bunch of different kind of whole bunch of different settings, you know. So yeah,
I'm literally picturing like how many amazing, you know, like collector Instagram accounts are out there, or guys that, you know, like might not do the Dio stuff, but have just epically beautiful sprawling reels and scenes that they can do on coffee tables or their detolfs, you know, like this is perfect for that. This is exactly what, you know, like, I mean, I don't know. There's nothing else that's out there. This is it. This is so perfect. Awesome. And I gotta get into the articulation stuff with you, because I'm really impressed with the swapability. And I know that was one of your big, you know, like things that you went for. You wanted to make sure that you had that ability to swap the legs. And I think that's so cool, because if I take this out for a second, because I hope you don't mind just the little comparison, but like wrestling figure wise, I mean, again, for the friends in my chat right now, I mean, like, this is exactly what WWE's been doing with certain things, like to get the, you know, the arm swapping out to get the jackets on. Same thing with Edge.
Nice.
Have you seen any of this stuff? Like,
no, but do they have butterfly joints though?
But no, and that's the thing. That's where I want to compliment you. So Mattel has not figured that out, man. So that's amazing. And
I definitely wanted to bring something new. Like, I wanted to, I wanted to get on the scene and, you know, do some new dance moves, which is a bad comparison because I can't dance. But you know what I mean? I wanted to offer something and throw something in there that hadn't really been seen before. I mean, having the swappable waist, I know that's been been done here and there, not terribly common, but having the butterfly
not common, right?
arms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time with the model shop getting that to function the way it does, and it works out beautifully. It's really cool.
Well,
And,
dude, I would love for a second, real quick, to start say hi to our chat, because I'm going to start with the most recent comment. Man, if you want to talk to another just amazingly supportive and awesome photographer, just great dude, is this guy Ryan Diggs Figs, just back to 4-pack. So, nice. Dude, you are up to the 500 backers so at this moment.
Were you number 500?
Number 500, man. There it is. Boom.
Oh, Diggs Figs.
Oh,
good job, buddy.
Diggs, Mr. 500. Thank you so much. Right on. Yeah. Whoa, 500. Oh, Diggs Figs. All right. Well, I got to do a screenshot of that one. Awesome.
Yeah, man.
Backers, you guys.
Oh, so that's epic. So Diggs said he wants the dual gauntlets. There we go.
Yeah. I lost the screen for 1 second. Awesome. Hey, thank you so much, man.
So real quick, so we have Wade Create in the house tonight. Hello.
Oh, let's pause on Wade Create, because he actually asked, are the street human parts, i.e. arms, legs, pop and swappable? Wade Create, yes, they are. And actually, I think that's a selling point that isn't talked enough, is that, the pop and swap capability of that. You were talking about like the aliens and like people fit in the backgrounds. I actually see it from a different perspective. It's like people can make themselves. And so where you didn't want to like represent yourself as a lead character, I'm perfectly fine, because I'm the consumer making myself as a very handsome Asian guy.
So, yeah, no, that's like, if you have your selfie series head, like they're made to fit with Marvel Legends. Like like the head's supposed to be swappable. I actually left them in the garage. I was meaning to grab them. If you guys don't mind giving me 1 second to run over and grab them and bring them back.
Yeah, for sure.
And if you guys have any head swap requests or anything like that, I could do that too. But yeah, I'm going to grab them really, really fast. So,
yeah, no worries. We'll just back him out real quick, just until we see him fill the chair again. Cal the Collector, what's going on, buddy? Thank you for joining us, Carlos. I have your question lined up. That's something I have a question from Cal, literally action figures and Diggs Figs. So I want to make sure from my Instagram post today. So I want to make sure that those will be asked.
If anyone has questions, put them in the chat. We'll ask them.
Oh my God. So Chewy, we're going to have to remember to come back to this. This is a
Ooh, I think this is a seasonal question too. Like,
yeah, true.
You're like action figure Christmas, you're like, oh, toilet paper.
And McKinney, hello. Again, I'm just now starting back with the comments and making my way through. So again, if you in particular have any great questions to throw at the three of us, let us know. And here is Russ back. So just going through, saying hi to everybody. Agent Variant's in the house. What's going on, George?
Variant.
So here's the question. We have a Wade Create question. $30 at Target, a fig or toilet paper? What are you grabbing?
Oh, well, I mean, it depends on the situation. I mean, it depends on how much toilet paper do I have left at home. Yeah. Because there's ways to go about doing this. Like if we have no toilet paper at home and we got a $25 figure, then there is a way to buy like 1 or 2 rolls.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, there's and then you look at the Circle, right? Circle app, see if you can throw any gift cards or any coupon codes.
Yeah. Use the red card. Start like discounting here and there. But if you remember the Marvel Legends collector documentary, if it really comes down to it, it will have to be toilet paper. Yeah. It always is the toilet paper. The toilet paper always beats the figure.
I know. I
mean, with the Moon Knight one, right? Like at the end, which by the way, shortly after this campaign, I want to make a collector documentary so bad. Like I've had a script for one that I've been sitting on for a while. I've been so wrapped up in this Kickstarter long before it relaunched. Like I've been working on it this whole time. And for those who've been watching for a long time, you may like notice like a difference in the way that my uploads run and everything like that too, So, I also kind of feel like again, like with the positive encouragement that I've gotten from the community, not only are those documentaries really fun for me to make, but like those are the most complimented videos I get. Like people seem to like those the most. So I don't know if it's fair to call it like a gift, but I think a gift for myself and for anybody else who likes them, which is the majority of my viewers. Like, I thought it'd be a really cool thing to do, to like, kind of as a thank you and as a way to kind of reward myself all at the same time, So yeah, expect another documentary before the end of the year.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
All right. There we go.
That's a commitment.
Yeah,
we're staring in November.
yeah, we're getting pretty close, but I have the script already, so it shouldn't be too nuts.
Very cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Wade has another a comment for you here. The Street Homes is an amazing idea that everyone has been talking about for a long time. What a blessing to get someone who collects and loves toys to be the one to push the idea. So again, just an awesome comment there.
Thank you.
9000, what's going on? Street Homes is a cool concept. Back 2 packs a couple days ago.
Thank you.
Doombot 9000, well done. And then let's see. Agent Variant said, I actually like the camo pants. However, an option for dark camo pants would be awesome, if possible. Close to black, but still camo. That would be cool. All right. But again, I mean, you have so many great ideas, not just for what's currently being offered, but the whole extension of this universe. Like, that's what's incredible. Like, it
is if we can get this first campaign going with this format that we have here, with these figures at this price point, we could really do a lot of cool stuff in the future. Like, we could, and I also want people to know that the way I've been behaving as far as handling the constructive criticism that I've gotten for the line, that's something that I would love to continue to do. Like, I hope that's kind of like setting the gear that I'm going to be running this thing in, because I want people to be as happy as possible with these figures. And this is a passion project of mine. So a big part of it, it really means a lot to me to make sure that collectors are happy with the figures and that fun factor, right? Like, remember we were talking earlier about, you working on your photography, you have a Shartimus review in the background. I'm part of that fun factor. I want to continue being part of that fun factor. I want you guys to have a fun experience with these figures. I'm going to do everything I can to make them not a pain in the ass, to get them out of the box and make them, you know what I mean? There's like certain times where I'm like taking a figure out of the box and I got to snip these little clear things. Like, I don't want to have those. Like, I want to make it a very fun experience through and through. And I'm going to continue taking in criticism and moving forward with it and try to implement what I think people want to see from it throughout the whole course of me working on these. So I think it could be a really cool relationship, from the community to the street humans, and making it like a very communal, interactive line as it moves forward.
Yeah. Well, just to throw out again, Matt and John from Between Two Sentinels, but like I think John had said, like it's not just a crowd funded, but crowd sourced. Like it's like the fact that you are pulling in, like it does again make us feel like a part of this experience in seeing this line come to life, and that is really amazing. Chewy. Well, obviously, all three of us, just so all three of us are in our own ways are very much into articulation. I feel like I could speak for Chewy's behalf, right? Like, I know how you feel about toys.
I overly love it, but yes,
right.
Go on.
So, well, we have the 30 points up. We have the different pieces here. So I don't know, Russ, if you want to like touch on any, like to expand. I know you had the picture of the toe touching with the grayed out prototype. I mean, these guys can move.
Yes,
and that's what's really awesome.
I can show that off again because I can't really do that with the with the gray with these painted ones, but I did with the grayscale one. But yeah, there's I think I posted up on my regular Instagram over here. They are really, really posable. I used to have drop down hips in there. That was originally part of the game, and there's some things that I kind of went a little overboard with articulation that we kind of pulled back. Which was really just those drop down hips, but I figured it'd be better to start with a little bit more, and then if we have to dial things down a little bit, at least we still have a lot. I didn't want to. I mean, I love articulation too much to not do that. So
You know what? Now, I will say for the drop down hips, that like if one like looking at what is in front of me right now, or I'm sorry, I'll throw this back up again, but here we go. What's in front of me right here? I mean, that would be the one I think that I would be okay with.
Oh,
like just like because of the swapability. I know you had to probably make those decisions that, you know, like because of, again, whether it's cost factor or, you know, like what the factory can do, again, just engineering these toys.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It really has a lot to do with the swapping thing. So the amount of space that we have in here and the fragility of the plastic in general, it's like I don't want there to be, if we have something, because no matter what, I mean, I think numerous companies have done a pretty good job at incorporating drop down hips. But I haven't seen anybody do it while also having an interchangeable waist feature.
Right.
And with the limited amount of space inside here, I think the risk would just be really, really high. And again, thinking of that fun factor.
Right.
How fun is it going to be if you're scared every time you're doing this? I want people to pop these off with confidence, knowing that their figure is going to be okay. That I don't want to hear feedback like, you know, oh man, after you swap it 2 times, like the thing doesn't work anymore. You're guaranteed to break something in the crotch or whatever. So a lot of care and concern is being put into the quality of the product. So yeah, making that sacrifice, taking away drop down hips in exchange for, you know, having a better functioning swappable, you know, waist is important to me. Plus I can still get the legs up to 90.
Sure.
So not Spider-Man.
I think it's a fair trade-off. It really is, because what you said, like other, you know, people have done the swap out torso before. I don't know. I haven't seen any. So to me, that was something really new. And, you know, not every figure has drop-down hips. So this is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
And not every character wears stretchy jeans either, you know. So
like how often am I doing high knees above waist? Like, let's be honest, these are regular old.
I don't know you, but I've only seen you twice in real life. I don't know if you always do high kicks in your spare time.
They're not parkour humans. They're just regular street humans, not the parkour kind.
Well, Russ,
wave 3 parkour.
The fact that you have the upper diaphragm ball joint, that like, which is one of my favorite pieces, and then you were able to combine it with an ab crunch. That's what I mean. Of all of the things, like that was an incredibly smart decision from, like, just to throw that out there. Just like for the drop down hips, like I'd much rather have what you are doing right now, because like I could. Oh God, the chance of breakage for a little double piece in there, like, oh, this is so much better.
Yeah, it's not going to give you, I mean, it'll give you more range, but I don't think it'll be worth that risk factor. And then one thing that was really great is I originally had this designed in a way where the waist joint would only move side to side. But, you know, with the model shop, we were able to get a ball joint in here instead, which I thought was awesome. So we have a little bit of pivoting, a little bit of pelvic thrusting right there, along with side-to-side motion.
Jeez.
So triple torso articulation. Aside from import figures and some old school Toy Biz figures, I just don't see this like that anymore. You know, I just don't see many figures like that. These figures, this figure.
Oh yeah, here we go. Let's throw that back
up. The head off so many times I've loosened it a little bit. But I've said this several times. These are the prototypes you're not supposed to play with, and I have been having a blast.
Yeah,
it's like, and it's like I can't get that upset at myself, because it's like, if I can't have fun with these, like how am I supposed to convince anybody else that they're worth buying if I can't have a great time with them? I've been having such a fantastic time with these that it's like I've been ruining these terribly expensive prototypes.
Russ,
it's like how else am I supposed to, you know, get the message across if I can't have fun with them, right?
Oh my God, they're so neat. So I have a quick question for you, because I know that, you know, like these are, well, All I know is that this is a costly venture to get something like this, to get a prototype in your hands. I don't need specifics. I just know it's an investment in yourself and your idea, and that's why this is, again, just so awesome. So with that prototype, I know you weren't sending it around to people, but Make It Move Media, that account, I've loved seeing the rise of Make It Move Media. You know, like when he jumped on the scene, you know, like I remember maybe it's like 1,000. He's taken off, and I was like, I remember seeing him when I was like, you only have 1,000 followers. Like, how does this guy so talented?
Yeah.
And how did that partnership come around? And how did that? Did he have one in hands? Did he have one of your prototypes?
Yes, I sent these out to. I sent him both. I sent both of these out. Dave Bonner connected me with him, and we started talking. And I'd already been following him too, so it was like a very quick connection. And I mailed these out. I mean, check this out, man. If you want to mail out your prototypes, like it cost me like $55 to get them out there and $65 to get them back. It's doing that shipping. That's another added cost than getting these things out and everything. And I think it was delayed one day on its way back. And oh man, the clench factor. Ooh, man, I was away. I delayed one day and I had to go to New York. So I'm like, oh my God, here I go. I'm going off to New York and my figures aren't back yet. And that was kind of scary, but it's like, it happens. You know, post office stuff gets stuck, and I was scared out of my mind for a minute there. But I mean, they're very expensive. And but luckily they arrived just fine.
But you know what? I'm just like, what a great partnership from a business standpoint, right? Because he just had to scan them, and then we get to see the fun that like you can have with them, but no actual handling and twisting of the
actually having to do it. Yeah, because I've done a little bit of stop motion with them, and I want to do so much more stop motion with these guys. And they have their, and this is another. I was just thinking to myself, like, how could I get? I hope you guys, I'm sure you guys have seen the animated short that I did. And it closes with the two main characters, Alago and Eon, kind of facing off, right?
Yeah.
And in my head, I already have the what happens next, right? Because it doesn't end there. That's actually only supposed to be half of what that animated short really is in my head. And I was thinking to myself, like, can I take it from there and then like animate the figures finishing it off so it bleeds from one into the other and transitions into actual figures? Because I've done this thing called composite photography where you basically copy and paste. Like I'll focus the camera on one figure and then take the picture, and then move the figure somewhere else, keep the focus where it was, and then later on in Photoshop, cut, paste. So just adding more street humans, because these are army builders. So doing that over and over again, taking them, copy and paste them. So maybe I could do it that way, but with animation, you know, like do some stop motion animation with the figures and have a whole bunch of them. That way I could have them showing off their power sets, because I have in my head, I know that they have mutant powers. So their power sets are purposefully familiar to us as geeks, because I want to open up the door to possibly including effects parts and other accessories that could be incorporated into the collection. Like Alago has telepathy powers. Eon has telekinesis powers. Edel has super strength, and Eros has the ability to talk to machines. So and Eros, you know, if that gets unlocked, he'll come with an alien gun, a big fat alien gun, or a futuristic gun that can possibly work on an X kind of shelf. You know what I mean? Like character, you know what I mean? Like I want to, I want to be part of that fun factor, man. I want to include this stuff. I want to see if we could stretch out more and but the logistics of animating that is absolutely insane, because every photo, I mean, to animate something like that, I would have to make a composite image for every single frame, and that would take forever. and there's no way the figures would survive all of that too. That'd be an insane amount of work. So I just wish I had more of the Street Humans figures.
Sure.
Like the biggest bummer is, well, aside from scuffing up the paint like a moron, because you're not supposed to play with these, but hey, I think it's a worthy sacrifice.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I wouldn't be able to stop. I'm not gonna lie. If I were in your shoes, and like it's one of those things. It's like, man, God, it's so like that's what I mean. It's so nice seeing like our members of the community going for it. Like I love this, and that's why it's so great, man. It's so great. I have some more friends, some more of our all mutual friends in the chat, real quick. So we have Machu Toy. What's going on, Matt?
Hey, Machu.
Agent Variant said, I'm an articulation whore, so I'm all in for the full articulation. I do know this about him. Literally action figures in the house. So Russ, I did have some questions that I got from Instagram.
Yes.
So Cal the Collector had asked, just this is you might be talking to somebody new for the first time. Like, where did this idea for Street Humans come from? Like the original, just where did that, like what year, how far back? Because I'm sure this is.
Yeah, the concept of it, I had talked about it with Boog back in 2019. Like I had the idea kicking around, and then it wasn't until 2020 I actually really put pencil to paper with some concept ideas. And I mean, ACBA is the lead inspiration for this. Like getting some awesome photography and really kicking it up to the next level, like with figures like this, like that has always been that is the true inspiration. ACBA is the inspiration for the figure line.
Sure.
And but I also wanted to have something that had some really good representation in it and have a multi-ethnic figure line right out the gate. Now, when I had done this the first time, I had offered all 4 figures, and it was just too much, and I had all the accessories and everything just out there.
Yeah.
But I've been listening. I've consistently been listening, and I dialed it back. I was like, okay, we'll just do 2, and then we'll have the accessories roll out, and then some figures roll out. The other characters will roll out after. And but going back to what Yimbo and I were talking about earlier, it's just getting tired of the same old figures in the display for these fight scenes, and just getting I review a lot of figures, I take a lot of photos, and I'll have a great time. And it's like, instead of those characters that were fighting, the hero in this particular shot, like enhancing the fun factor, they're taking it away. I was getting frustrated, like, that's not a goon, that's multiple man. That's not a goon, that's Victor Von Doom. Like, I recognize these faces, like these are not, So I really wanted it to be different, and so that's where the idea came from, was just fulfilling that itch for more variety in my civilian figures.
Fair. The next question is from Literally Action Figures. We'd love to hear your thoughts on what you think the packaging might look like.
Well, we're going to have windows. My original concept for the packaging was very kind of like a Mafex style, but I feel like we're going to run with similar dimensions that we have with a lot of our big box retailer released figure companies that you see out there. So it'll be very it'll be compact enough to fit in on a shelf if you keep your boxes, but at the same time, it's not going to be an over convoluted packaging where you're going to have a lot of extra stuff. I want these to be opened. There's going to be a collectability aspect of having them mint on cards still. Definitely going windows. That's been discussed with the factory. Pardon me, especially, and then doing the pant swap edition is actually kind of altered the original concept I had for the packaging, because what I want now is to make sure that the figure's legs are visible in the window, so that people know immediately if they got the figure they asked for or not.
Oh, nice.
I don't want there to be confusion, like, and people having to open stuff up and then, I got the camo pants, but I asked for this one. Not that I'm planning on making that mistake. I'm just planning ahead, because things like that do happen, unfortunately. And I'm not going to, pretend I'm going to be the only person to never make that mistake ever, right? So I want people to have that, have that satisfaction of knowing that they got the one that they ordered. Like, bam, yes, there's the figure I wanted. And you'll be able to look at it, gawk at it in the packaging. I tend to do that quite a bit, and then just tear it open and toss the box in the recycling, or keep it if you wish. But I'm not going to go too hard on the packaging, so that I'm lending the idea for these to go in the recycling bin more so than on a shelf somewhere. But I want to make the mint on card collectors happy to an extent to where it's still a collectible mint on card piece.
I feel you. Did you you've messed around with the AWOC figures? Like, I feel like the Spiro, like Jason did a nice job. It's simplistic, but it's clear. And if you want to keep it, like I kept those boxes. I'm also guilty of collecting a lot of boxes.
Me too.
But I hung on to those, like just like I'll hang on to these. Like it'll just be, like I don't need to keep all of them, but the couple that I have, they'll be distinctive. I can see, So yeah, I don't know if that's the something along those lines, like. Because I like I said, just a very clean look. I don't know if you're doing some packaging art or things like that.
It would be definitely be in that kind of direction. Yeah, definitely. And by the way, Spiro Toys, awesome. Jason's an awesome dude, by the way, too.
And then Dixfig said, if you had to swap your legs with the legs of any animals, which animal would you choose?
Oh wow, animal legs. If I got to pick animal legs,
I did not know that question was coming.
That was the last of the Instagram questions.
How many legs do I get? Or could it be any animal? Can we go straight up like Gremlins or Saga over here, where I could go full on arachnid bottom half?
Well, Diggs, you're in the chat, buddy. If you want to clarify it all.
Yeah, I'm going spider. Give me the spider. Cut me off right here, and then put me on top, like the freaking spider gremlin up there.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys can see it.
Oh, that'd be gnarly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go. We have a question from Em McKinney here. Besides being a toy collector and loving the figures you get, what motivated you to say, like, I want something created in 1/12 form? So I guess we kind of like if there's any other additions to that,
that's my preferred scale over anything else that I collect.
Sure.
I have 1/6 scale figures. I also have 3 3/4 inch figures, 7-inch scale figures, but my favorite is the 1/12 scale. So that's what I went with. That is, I think, the most popular scale that's out there right now too.
Mm-hmm. They're just to me, it's the most fun. Like I was actually posing up I have one hot toy. I have the classic game Spider-Man suit from the video game. Mm-hmm. Love it. And of course I'm playing Spider-Man 2 and like, I gotta take a picture of him. But even that's neat. It's neat, but it's different than a 6-inch 1/12. It's just different. I like having, and then it's this when you shrink down, it's too tiny for me.
Right. And you could bend both knees almost like with one hand with a 6-inch figure, but like when you're playing with Hot Toys, oh man, we're going click.
Yep. That was my face. That was my face before. I'm like, look at Spider-Man. I'm like, I should be able to do Spider-Man things. Can I?
Yeah, I know. Can you really though? You got to be careful.
I'm just looking at him. I'm like, he's getting all stretched out. I got to take this picture.
Yeah, right. Like, hurry up. I was just doing that earlier, putting my Hot Toys Spidey back on the shelf over there, going through the same thing. Like, wait, can I leave him with his shoulder? Like, is his shoulder too far up? Or is there crumplage happening with the gold part? Is that going to ruin it and create a wrinkle? Like, I don't know. God, man, Hot Toys. I love Hot Toys, but damn, they're so fragile, and I feel like they don't put enough effort in their QC, like, at all. I got all pissed off yesterday at a Hot Toys Green Goblin review I was doing. Yeah, because they're glue. I'm about to go on a little Hot Toys rant. I'll keep it short. First world problems, Russ. Yeah, you're complaining about Hot Toys glue. I'm just saying, it's a $400 figure. You could at least give it some good glue so that the Velcro straps could stay on.
That's unfortunate. The
Velcro is you're supposed to take it off, and it's not like I'm just letting my 6-year-old just rip it apart for me. No, this is me like carefully trying to do it right.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's still like the glue just didn't hang on. I was just frustrated.
Now, Hey,
I agree with you. I mean, if I'm that way whenever I spend $100 or more on an action figure and something's wrong with it, it's like, no, at $100, this is better be as perfect as the box portrays it as.
Yeah. I mean, that's a big market price right there. So,
Yeah.
but
Hey,
I want Street Humans to deliver just as hard, but with the low market price. See?
Yeah. Oh, so now that's a point that I know that's been that number's been bouncing in my head, but I feel like you should let everybody know at the price point of what you're offering right now, because this is going to be. This is it. This is the time to lock yourself into the lowest rate that these figures will ever be available. So
yeah, and it's not, and I don't say it as a threat, because
right.
if I were to say it as a threat, like I wouldn't put him this low in the first place, right?
Mhm.
Like,
right.
I would probably go for a higher number if I really wanted it to be a higher number. But
Right.
with the order quantities that I'm dealing with right now,
Mm-hmm.
I can't get it cheaper than this if we were to go about it another way. We could possibly go cheaper from here if it gets funded. So if things all get funded, there could be room for me to go even cheaper. But if it doesn't get funded, the next step is very, very likely to cost more than it is right now.
Right.
So there's going to be another shot. This is not it. Like if it's going to, I'm pretty sure people are going to fund towards the end. There's some people that are hesitant. I get it. This is the first time I've jumped into making my own figures, but I've had a lot of really good professional help. We have people that have been working on figures for a long time already. Dave Vonner, Brandon Gash. I mean, and Vinny's fairly new to making figures himself, but he is an incredibly talented artist, and he did incredible work on this project. So we have a lot of very, very skilled, talented people on this team working on these figures, and they're going to deliver. It's just, I would hope that this army building centric concept is utilized at this price point at $28 a figure. I'd rather not sell them for more than this, but if we have to go with a lower order quantity, then that means that we're going to have to ask for a higher price, and I don't want to do that. I want to keep it low right here.
Well, I just want to scroll up one more time to show, like, again, base offering, or like with a figure. I mean, not to just to point out, like, at $28, 2 human heads, 2 weapons, 2 set hands, and an alien head. That is compared to, I just bought a $25 toy, and it just came with an extra set of hands for the same, that's all. Like, so that's it. No other magic effects, no other head swaps, nothing else. So
was it your Magneto? Was it Magneto? Because I was just looking at my Magneto and I was like, damn it, man.
It was Magneto. That's who I was thinking about.
Was it Magneto?
It was Magneto. That's exactly who I was thinking.
Yeah. Yimbo, I already liked you, man, but now right here. That is hilarious. I was just thinking the same thing yesterday, because I was like, should I open Gambit or should I open Magneto? And I went with Gambit because freaking Magneto was bumming me out before I even opened the figure.
That's too funny. But that's what I mean. Like, just looking at what's out there, what in the, like, with the economy and all of those things. Look at what we're getting, and what you could possibly be getting. So, man, I just wanted to really highlight that point too, because you're getting a toy. Like, Chewy, did you have any articulation questions? Because I talked about how you're also in that mode.
No, I was fairly aware of the articulation. This covers all the points. Especially at $28, come on.
Yeah, and I want to keep working it even more. Like, if I could squeeze in more stuff that I think will work well with the figure, I'm going to try to do that. Like, I feel like the ankles could look up a little bit more. That's something I want to tweak. The design of the way the toe articulation looks, it could look a little bit smoother. There's like these tiny things here and there. The neck joint I want to play with a little bit more, see where we can go with that, possibly expand on it,
Sure.
If I can get more emotion out of the, out of the figure with adding more articulation, but not running into a potential QC disaster, I'm gonna try to run with it. So there's more stuff I would like to do with it. This is a very early prototype, but it looks so good at this stage. It's like which I think was, for me, I thought, or from my perspective, I thought it was a good idea to get this out there as much as possible, as early as it is, because it just goes to show how much better it could even go from here.
Yeah.
And then like, something that I have an idea that I've had for this line from the beginning too, but just didn't think it was going to be doable. But depending on how well things go at the end of this, I want to try to get swappable patas. So if we could swap out feet on these figures, get different sneaker designs. There goes Alago's head. My soul just cried.
Oh no!
But it's okay.
You got just put a pillow across your desk when you do live streams.
Yeah, I know. He ran it. Yeah, he bumped a Superman on his way down, but it's okay. At least plastic, right?
Yeah.
So, but this is like, well, same thing. But yeah, this is a feature that I would like to incorporate with the figures. So
again,
to make that happen, we can go farther with accessories for headgear and different kinds of interchangeable heads, a whole bunch of different ethnicities. That's another thing I talked about is, I'd like to get even more inclusive with it.
Sure.
Get some,
and that's so, I mean, this has been like that was, I'm sorry we haven't hit that point like more often, but like the fact, like when I meant like a hole in your collection, it's not just like for the generic thug street level guys, but again, just having representation in your collection, and like you're filling in and making sure that you're, I don't know, I love it. It's needed. It is a need in our space.
It's very true. I mean, I have my own personal role. Whenever I see an Asian action figure, I tend to just buy it because what is there, like in at least in America, was there like 20 of them per year? Totally manageable. Just be like, yeah, I'll buy that one.
Right. So. Yeah. It's not very common. I mean, we had the Shang-Chi movie, and then that's like what, and that came and went.
Three figures, and I'm pretty sure one of them was in a mask. So,
and one of them was wearing a mask. Yeah. Well, the fourth one, Death Dealer.
No, yeah, that's true. The fourth one had a mask.
yeah. But still, that's not a lot. That's still really not a lot, and well done too. That's the other thing, is I've seen it before, just like where I feel like it doesn't hit the mark. And our sculptor Brandon, he loved the inclusionary concept of this, and he really respectfully went in hard in tapping into very realistic, genuine representation with his sculpts. I think he did a really, really good job. I mean, I have a couple of our Asian character Edo. I have a couple of the human heads right here. Big thanks to the
beard. Oh yeah, well, you got to debut those on Between Two Sentinels, but I will gladly take another look at those.
And even Yimbo's point of articulation, you covered the toe touch.
That was your question.
Articulation on that show, so I knew, I was like, I already know that I like this.
But yeah, I figured, I could show them off a little bit. I want to take all the feedback I can, but I feel like it's got a little bit of the people's eyebrow right there. And then we have this one too.
Yeah, it looks
great. I like that look. Cool. Yeah.
And then the Caucasian one looks really good also, I thought.
Yeah. So I know you've said it before, so again, in case anybody here hasn't heard this whole premise though, but you were trying to blend, like get a feel, but without having specific attributes, looks, right, from each type of
that's the one that caught my ethnicity.
Eye. Like you wanted it to be ambiguous, an amalgamation of different features, so not just it wasn't going to ring a bell as a particular.
Yeah, no, thanks for bringing that up, because I really wanted them to have a certain kind of a familiar look. See, and we have different concept designs behind the Mohawks too.
Yeah.
Right. So the Edel Mohawk is not the same as the Eros Mohawk.
Oh, nice.
Right. The Lago Mohawk is very different too. We gave Lago a short Mohawk, inspired by jazz musician Sonny Rollins. That was like, I was specific about using Sonny Rollins as a reference.
Cool. I think you're nailing the hair quite a bit. Like the hair on all these figures look great, and I think when I think about back to that comment about customization and making your own selfie series, one of my biggest issues with not biggest, I don't want to say it's an issue. One of the things that holds me back from doing a selfie series figure or head, basically, you're buying the head, is that none of the hair looks like something that I would actually have on my head. So,
okay, that's one thing. Yeah. All right, I can see that. A lot of it, I think it was just like a comb to the side kind of deal, right? Wasn't it just like one of these or something?
yeah.
Which I don't really do that, like unless well, my hair is all I have almost Mohawk hair, not this married man compromised Mohawk. I had Mohawk for a long time.
The Toy Daddy compromise.
A little bit like a Mohawk, like not a big tip, but like short on the sides, a little pokiness in the front.
We have a street human head that actually has this hair. This one, yeah. There you go.
Nice. There you go.
I don't know what it's called.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Toy Father has that hair. He would love that.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. You have like updated contemporary hairstyles. Like again, the sculpting was fantastic.
And then somebody had thrown the idea out there, like, would you ever consider doing hairstyles from different eras, like specific like 60s, 70s, or 80s hairstyles thrown in there? And I was like, oh.
Yeah,
that's cool.
That's a good idea. So again, if you guys are throwing ideas my way,
be an accessories pack too. Like a lot of
course, just head sculpts as an accessory, selling accessory packs of just head sculpts,
or even hair sculpts. Say like you want the 70s look. Here are your 6 head hair pieces that fit on one of the bald head sculpts.
Yeah, I don't want to do swappable hair because I've had complications with that with other figure lines that have done it. And not that it's always been terrible, but I would rather go with interchangeable heads than swapping hair out. Because, again, going back to that fun factor, I remember feeling like the fun had kind of diminished, making sure that things were lined up.
Yeah, sideburns were getting caught.
Sideburn in the ear or not getting it to line up right, and then I take the picture and I think the picture's all dope, and then I'm on my computer and I'm like, damn it, I missed that. There's a thing in his ear, or it's just off a little the slight, and I didn't notice it then. So so for me, I'd rather just do the swappable heads, and that way you could also use them on more figures too. You could you could take all kinds of, I'm trying to like I don't know, whatever they may fit, if you have extra suited figures or extra street humans around and you want to change it up, I want them to be used. So I think
it's definitely a cool concept. Extra head sculpts is always welcomed. I know Mythic does that every wave now. They have a head swap pack for some older figures, or actually figures in that wave. So it's a cool thing.
Nice.
By the way, I had stopped on this picture and I was going to go back to it, and it's funny that Diggs Figs also noticed, but the Bratz car pick, good to know they'll work in mine. Same.
Oh, cool.
Of course, I think, Chewy, you also have it, right? You got the Bratz car.
Yeah, I was gifted by Toy Father. He came over to my house one day, and I think he did it as a joke because, all the Indian and vengeance stuff. And he handed it to me, and then I was like, I gave him a look, but my kids instantly fell in love with that car, and it's their car. They're always driving their classified figures.
$40. That there was only $40.
Yeah.
I really scratched that itch. Like
some people got for like 20.
I got for 32.
Some on Amazon got some on Amazon was like $22.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
I got mine for 32-ish, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is like a $70 car!"
Wow,
I was so amped. But that's again ACBA for those of us in it. Like that was such a great. I'm telling you, caught my eye. Diggs, I'm glad that caught your eyes too. Agent Variant, give it a little shout out with the ACBA. And then I had over here, all right, my buddy, this is Cody, Too Much New Toys. I don't know about having spider legs, LOL. Some giant book would be your nemesis. I just thought that was
well, I would still be human sized, see? So.
Right, exactly. That's true.
Giant book, though. He's still saying giant book, so just got to watch where I go.
Don't visit the Statue of Liberty.
yeah, stay away. Yeah, stay away from Ellis Island.
Red Wagon Dioramas is here. Says, "Hey guys, Shartimus, my kids request that you do a subline of Sharties in the future."
Subline of Sharties. Oh wow.
Oh, that would be cool. That would
Sharties.
like teenage, like is he
Oh.
talking about kids toys? Like, are you talking about that, Red Wagon? A subline of Sharties in the future? Like, is that what you?
Yeah, I mean, that's not the direction I was thinking for the next couple of waves. I have female figures I want to do, and I also want to do bigger characters, like, you know, some chunky.
Ooh, like the mega fig type. Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely want to get like that in there, but doing like teenager body, like a teenager body would be cool to do. I didn't really think about that, but not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Something to consider for sure.
Again, the long term, like you don't have to do it all at once. That's the lovely thing about this, is that you really can see where, like, not only, but most importantly, I would like to think as like a creator, like where you're inspired to take your line in a direction, but then based off of, again, feedback and what people, you know, once they get these figures in hands, I mean, really, the sky is the limit. These are ordinary people. You know what I mean? Like, with
super true.
With mutant heads, alien heads,
especially because of a pop and swap.
Mutant powers and alien heads.
Easily do other things. Like, instead of the tank top, next wave you just do, I don't know. I keep thinking about Toy Father. He loves bare chested people, so he's just like no t-shirt, just full on, just like muscles.
toys. But maybe in real life too. I don't know.
My words were accurate. Very thoughtful words.
But yes, Red Wagon was. Yeah, so I mean, that could be another. That's in terms of toy photography, etc. You know, like, yeah, finding kids like the Halloween 3-pack from NECA, I know, is like a go-to, and Ghostbuster plasma, you know, figures were like, there aren't many options out. Is what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
I hear where he's going with that. I like it.
Yeah,
yeah, I like that. Shorties and Shartimus, Sharties.
That's good.
Man, let's see. So let's see where our campaign, or not mine. Let's see where your campaign is at. Let's see together.
But it is a campaign for the community, though.
It's cool to be a part of it. Like, I appreciate this so much, Russ. This opportunity to talk to you, get to tell you, like, person to person, like, how much you've set me on, like, what I'm doing right now. Like, seriously, like, huge part of why I am, you know, showing up every Wednesday and Sunday nights, you know, talking about toys. Yeah. You're up to 501 backers at the moment. Just
I know. I am the one backer.
Hey, all right.
Doing off to the side.
Oh, you're number 501.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you. Right on. That one's for you, bro. Hope we can make the dream a reality. This is great. Doing the most of the work. That's what I keep saying. That reality stone right there. It is a trip, man.
Yeah.
Seeing these for the first time just blew my freaking mind.
What can you describe that feeling for? Because, like, I'm all about, like, the human emotion behind stuff. Like, how was that? Like, years of all planning and back and forths and talking to, you know, people across the world in factories, you know, like, and then getting this thing.
I think I got in the first 3D printed head sculpt. So before I got the prototypes from the factory, I was getting them printed by a friend of mine close by, the Bearded Blonde, and he was printing them out, and he sent me a prototype to put together and everything, and I put it together. But before that, he had sent me some Alago bat head sculpts. And the first time I had opened up and seen one of these head sculpts, it was pretty emotional. I couldn't believe it, because that was like one of the first that was the first alien head concept I had drawn out. I was just like really attached to that particular head sculpt. So seeing it for the first time, it hit me in the nuts. I don't know if I actually cried or not. I feel like there's like a moment where I may have cried for one of them. But
I don't blame you, man. I would be. I'm welling up hearing this. This is
it really got me, and then putting the figure together just blew my mind. Like it definitely had, like, when I put the first 3D printed resin figure together, like I was like, oh my God, like I felt like Dr. Frankenstein, if that makes any sense, but it was very much like, I'm like, oh my God, it's a figure. It's a figure. Like, oh my God, it's a figure. And at the same time, I was like, wow, this is nuts. And at the same time, I took it for granted right away at the same time, because it's like in my head, it was just a bunch of pieces at first, and then it looked like a figure. And then I was like, oh, this could just fit right in.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, not that I took it for granted, but I guess it's the wrong way of saying how I felt. I just was able to easily imagine it realistically fitting in with the collection. Like after I held it for the first time, I was like, oh, now we could put this on a shelf. Like this.
Hey, no, that totally makes sense, because you have that moment of pride and oh my goodness, and all of it, and then immediately it's like, because you're driven. Like,
like let's
don't apologize for that. That's just like, all right, what's the next? And now now we got to get these produced.
I want to play with it now. Like now I got to go, but I wasn't able to do that with the resin copy because it was just too fragile. I was like literally every joint held together either by hot glue or sticky tack. Like it's just not able to pose it around at all. But I was able to get him to stand. So I was able to get him to stand, and I had a light box, and I luckily my wife was really cool with it. She was tripping off of it too, but I had this little little case thing, elite collector case, and I put it inside of it with the lights on, and just like left it on our kitchen counter. Just excuse me, because I couldn't stop looking at it, and I just constantly had to look at it, and it was just so surreal just seeing it come to life. And then but the factory prototypes, I think that was like an exceptionally big emotional one. And then my wife cried with that one. Like I remember my wife crying with that one, and she was like, wow. Like I think the thing that hit her was that, like, she was like, you put so much work into this. She's like, I'm sorry for all the times that I gave you a hard time for, working the extra hours on this. And that's the other thing too, man, is this has been really, like, my wife has worked extra hard on keeping this household afloat with me being absent, spending so much time working on this project. I mean, even just outside of the live streams, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Sure.
Of me putting extra time in, me clocking out for the day, and then continuing on an extra 2 hours to work on Street Humans, because I try to keep a consistent schedule with the YouTube thing, and this will just wedge some hours out of the day and take things out. And then I'm still a gigging musician, so there's that whole craziness too, which has been really hard for me to put that aside a little bit, because it's like, I love playing music, and I screwed up a gig in a way where I would never screw up, and it was like so hard to accept, to not be hard on myself about it, even though I think other musicians didn't give a shit. But like for me, I was like, I screwed up, but there's so much going on here. It's like the priority is obviously with the Street Humans more than anything right now. And
hey, first of all, I'm going to be the guy, Russ, and tell you have a lot going on right now.
Thanks.
Like, again, just parent alone. Just you're a dad. Like you're there. You're committed to. Like that takes up so much of a. Again, we love it, but it does, and then everything else that we try to do is built around that. And so yeah, man, no, we get it, and that's Absolutely. What's nice getting to have these chances to talk and. Again, just like it makes me, God, I just want this to succeed, man.
Thank you.
I really do.
Yeah, because I think it's I've put a lot into it. It's definitely there's been
and it's happening. Like I hope this campaign because of you worked so hard to get to this price point and all of these things, all thought out. So I hope your plan doesn't have to, like just for your own sanity's sake, this plan can stay. I do know the Street Humans are coming, so like this is so amazing, man, and it is hard because I love toys, but we love so many different things, so it's nice to sometimes like it's like sacrificing music. I had a question about that too, and like just how that fits into your identity, and now where is that shuffling with all of this? But you're kind of hitting on it, so
Well, luckily I'm a hired drummer, so
Okay.
I don't really I mean I write some songs, but they're all terrible. You know what I mean? Like even the best part of my best song, which is the Shartimus Prime theme song, I didn't
I
even
love
come
that
up
song,
with
by
the
the way.
hook. Like that was my friend Isaiah who came up with the Shartimus Prime. That was Ice Cat Mang. So I'm not a good songwriter by any means. I'm pretty decent drummer. I could learn pretty fast. I know how to read music. So I have a gig in a couple weeks, and like they just sent me the set list earlier today. It's like 30 songs. Now I'm like, oh god, damn! And then like the first song has a drum solo in it. Now I'm like, okay, now I got to write, and now I got to have a compose somewhat of an idea of a drum solo that I'll be fine, but it's that doing that stuff, doing a lot of the gigging is kind of crazy because it's like the hours are usually pretty weird. You know what I mean? It's not necessarily the most convenient. Like a lot of the time I'll have to run out of here at like 4:30. I get back at like 10, stuff like that, so it's consistently been complicated, but I love playing music so much that like I have to do it. It's one of those things for my own sanity. Like I have to play music, and I love connecting with people. That's like a big thing too. Like part of all of this stuff, and another part of like the privilege of having, being here and doing these streams is connecting with people. I love doing that. I'm a people person. I like people. So it's like being out there playing, like it's very satisfying, and I love doing it. So it's hard, but I love it.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to juggle.
Well, that's why I wanted to commend you again. I'm just, Chewy knows I'm a compliments guy. I like pumping people up because I feel like the world needs more of that. And dude, like it resonates. I feel, and I again, not without walking in, in your shoes, I just know aspects of what you're discussing, just in the time commitments of a father's life. And so, good on you, man. And it's again, we're all here for you,
Thanks.
So,
Thank you so much. Yeah, no,
but
I really appreciate
dude,
it.
Chewy, do you have any questions? Like, I don't want to keep, but now I'm like, oh god, you got.
How long do we have you for? I know
you have
like goes on.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I should probably do like a half hour. I don't know, like 10 more minutes if you guys are down. I don't know.
All right, yeah. Well,
10 more
you
minutes.
can stay as long as you want. Just don't want to interrupt your next appointment.
No. It should be fine. If if you guys have any other questions, I will happily answer for sure.
Knowing that you've been in toy tubing, collecting, kind of like for a long period of time, you saw a lot of like rise and falls beyond this Kickstarter, because that should definitely be your most exciting, vivid, epic moment. Where along your journey through this would you say is the time that you are a very exciting point where you were just like absolutely pumped? This is an amazing time. As you started escalating through your journey.
Oh wow, really good question. And I actually was reminiscing on one of them. So there are two big ones. The first really big one, and I did cry. So I did cry. I can be a crier, but just the way I was raised that like you're not supposed to. And I understand.
I cry. And the tough guy. I try to do the tough guy cry, but I cry.
Yeah,
just so you know, you're talking about a man that will cry.
yeah. It's like you're not supposed to. I was raised believing that men are not allowed to cry. And not just from like my dad, but from my mom and my aunts,
society, man.
And like everybody was like, "Hey, boys don't cry. Like you're not supposed to cry." So, but as we've evolved as a society, you know what I mean? It's more accepting, and I don't shame anybody for needing to cry. It's a human reaction, right? But that one, what the hell was I even talking about? Oh, so New York Toy Fair 2014 or 2015. And shout out to JC because he was a part of this. We're trying to get interviews together, And I remember it was the first time I interviewed Todd McFarlane. That hit me. That one hit me really hard because the first comic book I ever picked up off the shelf and got as a kid was a McFarlane cover. So that one just hit me really hard, and I had a great interview. I got his assistant's contact information, and it just went incredibly well. Pardon me. Right before that, I saw Todd and Neil Adams hanging out and talk. I saw them run into each other. I was waiting for my turn to try to like talk, but then Neil Adams showed up, and then him and Todd are talking and hanging out, and I'm just like, I'm a fly on the wall. Just, oh my gosh, yeah, they're both here, Jed. I was like just freaking out, and I remember everything's just moving so fast. You know, you're doing your interview, go on to this, take pictures here, go over there, do another interview over there. That at the end of the night, I remember walking towards the lobby section at the Javits, and I was on the lower floor. And I just had to stop and just sit there. And I think I had myself a good lonely cry for a minute because I was like, I can't believe this just happened. Mm-hmm. I'm in my favorite city in the world. And I was just so overwhelmed with joy. There was that one. And then obviously the Avengers Endgame premiere, getting that big thanks to Comic Cave Studios for making that happen. And that was like, talk about the most surreal experiences. That movie blows my mind every time because I felt like I was in that movie. I was at the premiere, but I see the thing is that before you see a movie, you don't know who's going to be in the movie. So there's a bunch of people walking through the red carpet that I was able to greet and say hi to, or just watch go by that I wasn't sure, like, oh, they're in the movie, like I'm not sure who this person is, and there's just like all these little details and interactions. Like the lady who played Hawkeye's wife, I watched her almost eat shit like right in front of me. She almost ate shit right in front of me, and I can't watch that movie. And when she pops in, I just start laughing because I was like, oh my god, I remember when she almost ate shit right in front of me. And it was just her high heels got stuck on her dress and they caught her. So luckily nobody was hurt. But it was just like such a weird catastrophe to see right in front of me on the purple carpet. And the interactions that I had with some of the celebrities, Frank Grillo recognized me because his son watches my videos.
Oh, nice.
So I remember, because his son was like, Shartimus Prime. So you hear this little kid's voice, but I can't see this kid because there's like some dude in the way. And then the dude turns out to be Frank Grillo and goes, hey, it's you. And I like, that's so cool. Like, that's exactly what I did. I just went, Crossbones.
That's awesome.
Crossbones just goes, hey, it's you.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, right? Because I'm looking for the kid, and then freaking Crossbones.
That's
like that. So that experience and everything around it, trying to take pictures of celebrities, and they're like, who's that? That's Matt Damon is in my shot. What the hell? Like that's so weird. Seeing
surreal, man,
come through real life, freaking Tony Stark.
Yeah,
I mean, he had it was like a mosh pit of people around him wherever he walked. So it was just like this. He was kind of a short guy, so it's like you can only see him because like they give him a little bit of breathing room, but there's people all around him, and he just moves with this hurricane of people wherever he's going. It's just Robert Downey Jr. is in there. It's nuts, you know. So that was a trip, and I could probably talk about that all night long. But those two in my YouTubing career, like those two moments, amongst like a lot of other really cool moments too that have like really hit me, you know, in the gut. Getting to meet people that have told me like very personal stories about them, about the videos, helping them through hard times and stuff like that. Like those are very, very precious moments for me to hear, because it's like any one of us wants to feel like we have purpose, right? Like, like everybody wants to feel like they matter somehow in this huge overpopulated society that we exist in. And to hear that, like, it really means a lot to feel important in some kind of way to somebody else for the better, you know. It's very satisfying to hear that, hey man, I was in the hospital, I was stuck. I remember X-Men 87 hit me really hard because he was in the hospital for a while and he was watching my videos and stuff, and he was sick. That one really got me, you know. Just hearing stuff like that. You know, the families, that's another one. Like whenever I meet a family of viewers, like I'm not just talking about like the dad going like, hey, my kid loves to watch your stuff, or the dad who's like, hey, awesome to meet you, man, my kid's not into it, but like a true family of viewers, all 4 of them, like, you know, usually it's a family of 4, typically it is. But like at San Diego Comic-Con last year, there was a whole, I think the older son's name was Andrew. They set me up with the Dr. Mindbender QR code.
Oh, nice.
Out there. Thank you again. That whole family, a whole family of viewers. And like when that, every time that happens, that is a huge moment for me, because I'm like, wow, man, I'm part of, like, my whole family just watched the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem movie yesterday. We had a great time as a family watching that.
Right.
So for me to be on the screen, you know, even if it's a lot shorter and a lot, you know, easier to do than a whole movie, it's not the same thing as a movie, but to be a part of somebody's family experience, oh man, what a privilege. Like, what a privilege to be able to do that. So I'm very, like, those are some of the things that kind of are reoccurring milestones that kind of happen with the channel. So yeah, been very lucky to have been doing this for as long as I have, man. It's been crazy.
Yeah. No, well, that's wonderful. It's something that Chewy and I say, and I'm going to be saying it again tonight, but we appreciate the fact that everybody here live that's been hanging out with us in the chat. Like, thank you guys so much for spending part of your life with us. And for those of you watching the replay, again, just like we're, you know, listening to us talk about toys, like, we appreciate that this time that we spent together, whether it's live or in the replay, but just in that same space. Oh,
I think we got one. I think we got Red Wagon Dioramas.
Oh, yeah.
Red Wagon Dioramas 502.
There we go.
Thank you so much.
I know you might. I know you're either going to recruit somebody to cut that together, or you're going to do it too. But I wanted to make sure there's had a couple of good screen recordings of that.
Oh yeah. Someone's got to put that collage together. Like, remember that time when Shartimus was hucking street humans and he was going nuts with it? Like, me making the stupid faces just back to back. Someone's got to do that. I don't have the time for that, but somebody's got the time for that out there.
But yeah, literally. Spreading smiles, man. That's what it's all about. I feel like we have been able to share some smiles, hopefully put some smiles on people's faces tonight. We were able to put some smiles on your face with getting some new backers tonight, which is awesome. I am gonna be backing, so I will be 503. You don't have to. I'm just happy we got the gauntlet going off. So I'm gonna do mine after, so I make sure I can read. There we go.
Oh, there you go.
Also, part of that with Red Wagon, he said to please come visit ChrisCon. It's it's an intimate, unique convention experience in Massachusetts. Him and a bunch of cool, great people put that together every summer. I don't know if you're familiar with the Collector 77, but he's the Chris in the ChrisCon. But it's a lot of fun, really focused on toy photography. We've had folks that I don't run it, but they've had folks like Four Horsemen show up there.
Oh, sweet. I've never been to Massachusetts.
Yeah, Valiverse was there this week this year. Right. Four Horsemen. Dan Larson was there, Mr. Stevie, like, in terms of other, Yumbo was there. No Chewing was there.
Oh, right,
guys with followings.
Yeah. The most we ever sold were free stickers. You're handing out free stickers like crazy.
No, it was a blast. And Russ, I think Chew and I and our other buddy, Toy Father. I mean, Toy Father wanted to join us this evening too, because one of the things he wanted to share with you, so I don't mind channeling this for you because I felt the same way, is again, like he was same with me with just the playlist on while he was, getting into the toy photography and continues to watch. And he said that what he really loved was being able to listen to you talk, not just about the toys, but your family and other life milestones throughout your reviews. And he just always felt real. And again, that's why I also like my kids were 8 months old when I started discovering your stuff. So your kids, what did you say? So they're 4 now. I have 4-year-old twins. So
wow.
Yeah. So I heard you say you're right just before your daughter. So whatever. We got to. You were a new dad, and I was an infant dad, and hearing those things, I don't know. So Toy Father really would have loved to be here. So hopefully we'll get another chance. And as an ACBA guy, the 3 of us do a Toy Pick Community Top 10 on Wednesdays. So after your campaign, if you ever want to join and celebrate some toy photography with us, you would be, I think people would really get a kick out of it.
I would have fun doing that. I would like to. Yes, I remember doing something. Nothing quite like that, but I used to do like ACBA shot of the day or something like that at one point. Yeah, but so not the same thing that you're talking about, but like
but if you want to come on one night to do a little stream with me, Chewy, and our buddy Toy Father, and we will just celebrate. It's just again all about just recognizing the hard work that people put into their stuff, the quality of it, just like the wonder. It's just great. It's great.
Yeah,
so
it's all about
you'd fit in. You'd fit in perfectly.
Awesome. I'd love to. I'd love to join for that too. And I'd love to go to Massachusetts also. I've never been to Massachusetts, and I've always wanted to go. So my wife's been, but not me. So
Machu drove with me, I should say. So Matt and I drove together from Jersey up to Massachusetts for ChrisCon.
Yes, we know Machu.
You would drive or something like that, or
not the way they drive. It took them like 12 hours because they hit like 7 targets.
We stopped it. It was right in July. We were looking for all of the legends and we found them.
Nice.
That was. It took us so long. Oh man! And then he was banning your booth posing figures.
Yes, we love you, Machu.
We know, Matt. I wasn't going to not mention you. God. But Russ, seriously, man, this has been such an honor for us to have you on. Thank you so much, just for everything, for even return of just sharing out the link and just sharing the work that you've put into your platform. It's just appreciated, and you're the best. So keep up the great work, man, honestly, and best of luck with this campaign. And like I said, I'll be backing immediately. But
thank you.
It's awesome, dude.
Thank you, Chewing. Yeah, no, I had a great time hanging out with you guys. You guys were awesome, a lot of fun. And
I appreciate it, man.
Thank you. Hope we do again.
Yeah, likewise.
So Russ, you don't have to stick around for the little. I'm going to do a little wrap up, but please go hang out with the family before your next stream. And again, best of luck, and you will go see 503 in the next few minutes. So
right on. Okay, thanks again.
All right, Russ, appreciate it, man. Thank you. Shartimus Prime.
All right, guys. Thank you so much.
All right. See you later.
Next time.
Yep. Oh, it's amazing. And I just wanted to I didn't want to keep up any more of his time so we could still do a nice little wrap up good night with everybody. But Chewy, that was so much fun.
That was a lot of fun. I mean, I really hope people give this figure a chance.
Yeah.
The more we keep hearing about every stream that he comes on, especially this one when he's showing off a lot of the different head sculpts. And as you say, the thing that comes across in these interviews rather than, on a Kickstarter page where you read like every other sentence is the passion behind it. And it's really wonderful.
Sorry, I just was looking at the comments. Oh, thank you, Red Wagon. Yeah, and we know, Matt. Thank you so much, Pablo, for hanging out tonight. That was so awesome. So that was great. So I'm literally gonna go back Street Humans right now. That was exciting, and now I'm just like, So where do we go from here? Tomorrow night, everybody, is another episode of Toy Talk.
That's right. Tomorrow night, a part of, at first, the first half of the show is always talking about toys because it is Toy Talk. and then it shifts over to movie talk. So the movie of this week is The Thing. I think, yes, The Thing. Not the the one from like 12 years ago, but the classic original The Thing. You'll find Toy Father, Cox Create, Clintastic 4, Toy Addict 17, and Worthy Collector. Hopefully, most of the Rowdy Boys will be there. And that will be tomorrow night on YouTube. Toy Talk, 8:30.
Yeah.
There we go. And
Perfect.
Us on Wednesday, because we're going to be able to talk with another, we'll have another guest. We'll have Savage Crucibles on to talk about their line and probably a little bit of an update for the folks. And we're excited to do that as well, on top of celebrating the top 10 foes as voted by you in the Toy Pick community.
That's right. And then our boys, Matt and John, Machu and J-Shot 820 will be over on the Machu Toy channel with Between Two Sentinels.
Starting at 8 o'clock on Wednesday night.
8 o'clock. 8 o'clock.
Machu is there a guest. And yes, Wade Create and McKinney get lazed.
Yeah, that's what we have right now. I am just so happy for us to be a part of helping other Kickstarter. Like, we don't act like Chris. I'm not gonna say, hey, I would love if we have a Toy Daddy Kickstarter one day, but this is not. I'm already hearing about all of the work that goes into this. So
there's some high hopes on that. How about
I don't know about Laserman.
How about we get to subscriptions and
we'll
that part of the house first.
Hitting that like button, whether you watch tonight over on the Toy Pick community or on Yimbo Reviews Everything. Thank you so much. Please hit that like button. Again, thank you wherever you watched it live tonight. Greatly appreciated. Thank you for tuning in and checking it out. Hopefully you guys had fun tonight. I know I did. And this has been the best. Let's see. Oh, that's right. They're off. Co-hosting Disney, duh. Which we also, I keep forgetting because we just found out. So that's right. So let me take a week off. So maybe we'll get a little. Oh, we'll have to see. Machu, we'll have to. Machu needs stream nights off too. Our friend Matt,
he's omnipresent.
Quick little toy photography tip. Target today, $1 snow. So there we go. I don't know.
How much snow do you get for $1?
For $1? Ooh. All right, so it's a strip. You know what? I will. Oh no, I can use a scissor. I think that's a nice amount. So I mean, really. Oh yeah, look for a fight scene. That's all you need. So there you go, everybody.
Well, not even that. You could layer that onto your soon to have 78 points of articulation street dio. Fits right there, and now you have a snowy New York scene.
You're right.
Machu doesn't rest; he waits.
And I also Target last year had like the fake snow that I never use. It's in a little jar that you can like sprinkle. But I guess I should just use flour like everybody else does, right? Flour, or is it granulated sugar? What do people use for
flour?
Flour, right?
Cornstarch. You should use cornstarch. I'm kidding with you. You should make beignets and just sprinkle.
Pablo said a lot of us this week for live streams. Well, this is
off on Tuesday night.
Oh, you guys are taking Tuesday night off? All right.
No, I'm just asking Pablo.
I was second. Sorry.
Okay. Just making sure. I don't want to.
Maz's Toy Box every Tuesday night. Another excellent group of toy photographers commenting and offering their advice and expertise on toy photography. So you got Maz, Insightful Imagery, Trevor 1/6 Shooter, Sir Trevor, and Pablo Lopez. Yes, because of Halloween. Duh.
Oh,
that makes sense.
You're
okay,
right, you're right. I was gonna say,
that's a well-deserved Toy Daddy night off, Pablo. All right.
I was gonna say again, rest for Legion's Con, but no.
Take some photos and bake a cake. Oh yes, the tree. Yes, the snow tree. Oh yeah, that's right. It can go with this thing too that I just bought last week. Yeah. Oh, and then this was the little guy. This was the one I was telling, and then like they make like a taller one now.
Yeah. So they also make like red ones and blue ones, and you can make yourself a little Charlie Brown scene if you get those reaction figures by Super 7.
That's right. So Tuesday for Halloween. So yeah, this show this is, I wanted to dedicate tonight to the Street Humans campaign and to this opportunity, to get a chance to talk to Shartimus Prime. That was another motivator for hopping on. So in case you are hanging out, and you missed it, I unboxed and opened up Condiment King yesterday. By the way,
he looks so good.
Peaky loose joints, no more wobble, and they move, but no more wobble. I'm just saying. But you have to find Kiki.
You have to buy all of those figures, and you have to buy Kiki's.
Yeah.
So wait, quick question about Kiki's, because I used it on my Black Panther's knees, even though Machu said not to. Well, he said after I did it, and it works fine.
Exactly.
I did a light layer around it, and I just kept doing this to work it through. But are you supposed to put that little cap thing on it? Is that what
I do? Because otherwise, because it dries out. That's why it has the pin. Because then you have to stick the pin in to unclog the nozzle.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I just put the cap that it came with back on top.
Oh, then that's you could do that too.
Okay.
But this is the nozzle. There's the plastic nozzle. But I do put this on, otherwise it will clog and it's a pain. So
okay. Yeah,
that's why it came. It literally comes with a needle.
I took it off, and there's a little rubber nozzle, and I just started using the needle because I didn't look it up.
You can leave the needle in it.
You just don't want air. Out, and I just started to spread it. Schmear, if you would, across the knees.
Let's see. Great question. I'm currently. I don't know if it's sold out, but I'm currently passing on logo because I have the first. I have the first release, and it looks to be the same figure, but you get the extra head and then the space hog and the space dog. I'm just at that point where I'm just trying to be smart because Legion's Con is coming up, man, and it's $70. I have a Lobo. I have that exact McFarlane.
That's how I felt about the Vamp.
Yeah,
that came out.
Oh, fair. And see, I went for the Vamp.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
but I'm like, I really gotta stick to some lanes.
Yeah,
especially if I'm getting to wrestling.
I went Vamp. Oh, the wrestling, dude. We're gonna have so much fun with the wrestling. But
that'd be great. But I backed Lobo, but that's not to say I won't, cancel before January 4th.
So McKinney, I might, if it's available at some point, because it looks amazing. It looks amazing. The second head sculpt looks awesome.
It does.
That's classic Lobo.
And for $70, that's a good value.
Right. I'm just saying. So yes, value wise, McKinney, whoever's going for it, get it. It's awesome. I personally just.
Ooh. Do you see Pablo's comment?
Another gangrene. Oh man! So that's the Theodore sod cutter, right? Yeah. That's his thing.
If they have one more that looks a little bit more like a Haunted Mansion figure, I might. Even side cutter looks real good.
So I'm gonna. Should I tell you guys? I finally picked it out for the first time ever. Well, not first time. I always go as a superhero, some way, shape, or form. One year I did go as Bob Ross, so I broke that. Last year I was Drifter Bruce Wayne, and I walked around my school with the thing, and I had the grease paint on my eyes, and I had a backpack playing Something in the Way as I walked through the hallways.
You're gonna get the cops called on you, man.
I had told everybody what I was doing. Everybody was in the know. But
you both lost it. He looks like he hasn't slept in a week.
This year, I think I'm going to dress as a middle school boy. That sounds weird, but an 8th grader. I'm going to dress like an 8th grader because their style is
8th grader.
Modern day. So socks with Crocs. So elites with Crocs with shorts mid thigh, and then a solid color hoodie, and then I'm going to walk around with a Prime bottle. And just say, on God, bets. And what else do the kids say?
I don't know. I don't hang around 8th grade.
Yeah. That's another one. Oh, yeah, bruh. That's right. Bro. Yes. So that's kind of what I've been leaning towards. I don't have any other ideas.
I feel like so lazy about it, and I should have done it weeks ago. And I've been to a Halloween party last night. I didn't wear a costume just because I kept running out of time. There's so many things to do, but a very easy one would have just been Asian Ken from the Barbie movie.
Oh,
a black
I still have to
t-shirt,
see
black
that. I still have to
pants.
see the. Okay.
Spoilers: he wears that at one point.
Okay. All right.
And like slicked hair to one side. Of course, I'd be like
Oh.
husky Asian Barbie Ken.
Oh,
So.
no, handsome Ken. Come on, that could be fun. That would be fun as long as you. I mean, whatever it is, right? You just got to run with it. And yes, Jay Rice, that's awesome. Yes, as well. So we'll have to continue that conversation one day. But yeah, I also am middle school. Well, I teach
a lot
school.
of teachers that are also toy photographers. I'm just
That's right,
pointing that out.
Yeah. Well, I think it's. I mean, like, first of all, to be a teacher, I feel like you have to have high levels of patience and creativity, and there's a desire to want to but cap or no cap. But I don't know, it does, you're right, it seems to gravitate towards us. Well, I guess maybe youthful at heart, try to remember what our students went through, and that's like what toy photography is. I don't know, like, putting yourself
nothing
back.
wrong with it. I'm just I
on God,
the running thing.
on God, no cap. Yeah, on God, bro. Cap. Yeah, I gotta practice this straight fire, bro. I can't wait. It's gonna be so
I can't relate to
this. I know, but oh God, your kids went. Yeah, you're in a perfect amalgamation of other stuff. You're not there yet.
I'm not there, and I'm grateful. Things I'm grateful this week. I'm not there. I'm not there to have teenage kids yet.
Yeah, I'm happy for you for that. I'm also happy my kids are 4, so I'd still rather take the tantrums.
I can't wait till our kids are super annoying.
Oh, that's great. Mid.
I'm kidding.
mid. That's totally mid. So, Chewy, mid. There's so many. There was a TikTok of a teacher talking about all the slang terms he heard in one day, and he's like, "It's 24 words." he's like, "How can anybody keep up with this?" I'll have to send it to you. It was cracking me up. But oh man. All right. So I think that'll be it, everybody. I had a blast tonight. So thank you all for joining. In the future, I will tell you, Wade, they got me again, the Funkos. So I'll open that up next week. I also got my Chun-Li figure, which I'm super
nice.
About. So.
Yeah. She looks good.
My Chuckles came in from G.I. Joe, so he's gonna be my next review. He's gonna be the one that I work on starting tomorrow. So
you want to see the thing I got that I might do a review of?
Yeah. Oh, that's right. You got that's the 3-0.
I didn't even know this shipped. Like awesome. last I know, I got a notice it was that was gonna be delayed to December. But yeah, I got the 3-0 hot rods.
That's gorgeous.
So
you have Bumblebee.
No,
and Optimus?
I only have Optimus.
Okay.
And then this, and I keep staring at Megatron.
Ooh, okay.
Because he's available most places right now. I'm like, ooh, do I want Megatron?
If you're I'm gonna see. This is where we're good about telling each other no for things. I feel like when you get that inkling, and you're like, this will eventually be gone. Like then it's like, that's kind of like my final deciding factor. If like, if I worry. Like, if the thought of it one day no longer being anywhere freaks you out a little bit, then just maybe do it.
Yeah, no, I know that feeling. I mean, that's why we got this guy.
That's right. I know.
He sold out most places except for like Big Bad and at that time, Hobby Genki. Machi just got Megatron. Oh, yeah, that's. Yeah.
Oh, we got Megatron.
Machi, what's my total up this week? It's last week. It's a fresh week. But I kept convincing them to buy slings. It was amazing.
And Machi said, "That's right. Riz is another thing." Chewy, just gonna have to Google it. But yeah,
no, I'm not Googling any of this. No, we're no longer living in a net neutral world. I'm not Googling any of that.
I love this. The funny thing is, like, this is not like I am being played, and if it sounds like I'm being rude, to be perfectly honest, I said this on Friday. I'm like, I love like how language changes. I'm an English teacher. Like, I love how language and slang terms, I love how they originate, or, well, I guess if it's not problematic, but you know what I mean? Like, I like knowing like how things came about. I like knowing how they're used. I told the kid, I was like, like, you probably roll your, hey guys, just chill out, man. like that was super cool when we were in middle school. Like I was in middle school. That was what we were saying. So I love that it's not, but I just want to embrace it and put my little corny dad twist on it. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Get lays, brah. It slaps. Yeah, it's a banger. Joey, you definitely got that read down a Buddy Pit. The top buys were another Giant Man and a new PS5 controller. Yeah,
I told you not to buy that controller.
I still haven't done it. I'm still thinking about it. But I don't know. This is going to be my time. I'm going to give myself about a half hour of web swinging. And I know you're still waiting for yours. I know you haven't ordered it yet.
I know for Black Friday deals leading up to it. I just know what happened that if I buy it today, and I'll love it. Like, my third child.
Patience.
But in like 2 weeks when I see and it's like you could have saved $120, I'm like, man, could have been another Black Panther and Cap.
Yeah. No. I'm with you. You don't want to just light money on fire at this point, All right, I was just checking my notes real quick to see if there's anything else. I think we covered everything, Chew.
I think we did a good job.
Thank you, my friends.
Everyone had a good time with us tonight. I know we had a good time. So
yeah, and again, if you were watching on the Toy Pit Community channel, just keep in mind that we do this every Wednesday, and we were just trying to get as many eyes on Shartimus's Prime. Not that compared to his account, but we did our best to try to put as many eyeballs as possible.
If you squint real close, maybe you can see us in that chart of us.
Hey, we got backers. Backers happened during the stream. That's amazing, guys. So that's great. I'm really looking forward to these figures. So Chewy, I will see you I'll see you on Wednesday. I'll talk to you later. Yeah. And everybody else, we'll see you over on Instagram, wherever, that's the primary place we're going to find us, yada, yada, yada. I'm tired. Good night, everybody.
Yeah.
Love you, fellas. Here we go. And we're out.